Welcome to day 4. Welcome to day 4. Vibe coding live until I buy my family a house. We are at $29,208 in annual recurring revenue. We need to get to $250,000. And we're just getting started. One like is 5 pull-ups today. You can see I got the pull-up bar right here. Let's go! Wake up! So day 4, we are doing 4 times the caffeine, 4 times the protein products, 4 times the pull-ups, 4 times the annual recurring revenue, 4 times the Claude code sessions. We can't be stopped. Our goals for today are simple. First, we're going to have a beautiful at least 2-hour stream where we're non-stop shipping, and I want to get right into it. I want to jump straight into it. The total MRR is from your Claw app. A lot of it is. A lot of it is. I should have had a little breakdown underneath the ARR. There's a little bit from Feel Better Fast, okay, which is my workout app. There's a little bit from Talk Macros, which is my dieting app. There's a lot of it from Quick Claw. Now, the night is darkest before dawn. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you, that ARR number is gonna go down before it goes up because Open Claw hype is dying. People are realizing it's expensive to run, especially without the Claude code sort of OAuth setup. So we need to lock in. And we're going to do that by shipping our first product, Clippo, which that might not be a massive revenue generator. I mean, it probably will. It probably make us some money. But Clippo, for those of you, if you don't know, Clippo takes our live stream, chops it up into clips, automatically posts it to YouTube for us. And we have already gotten like 70 something subscribers over the last just like couple days because Clippo is absolutely murdering the short form content game. Let me pull up what's going on with Clippo here so you guys get an idea. And I am all, as a solo founder, we need to put systems in place, semi-agentic systems in place to handle distribution for us. Okay, so if we can automatically be marketing 24/7 without any action taken on my part, then that's amazing. Let me go to YouTube Studio. All right, so if we go to my analytics here, trends, what do we got? Overview. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Look at this. Look at this YouTube graph, and this is 100% from Clippo. This is literally when April 16th is when we started Clippo. And you can see we are juicing views. We are juicing subscribers. Let me show you guys what Clippo looks like. So here's Clippo. We paste our YouTube video or our live stream in there, because we're doing a 3-hour live stream right now, and it's great that we're doing this, but after I turn the live stream off, it's done. It's not helping us at all. So instead, we paste the live stream URL in here, and it uses AI to generate all these clips for us and then schedule them to YouTube. Hold on, now it's not working. All right, hold on. Oh, I might need to close it and reopen it because I was messing around with it. And the reason we built this is because I was subscribed to Opus Clip, $50 a month, right? And I went to go upload my YouTube video, and it was like, oh, you can't upload YouTube videos. You have to download the video yourself, upload it to Google Drive, then upload the Google Drive link to us. We'll chop it into clips, and then you can post it on your YouTube. And so I'm like, fuck that. I'm going to make something that runs local. So I have no subscription. We'll just throw an API key in there to Anthropic. It'll download the video for me, chop it up into clips, create the hook at the top, add the captions at the bottom, use 11 Labs to put music, put sound effects over the top of it, and then automatically schedule and post it to my YouTube channel every 2 hours. And we're going to rack views up. We're going to rack subscribers up. And it's going to be all people that are relevant to our niche, relevant to our audience, because it's straight from the live stream, straight from the YouTube videos. So our goal today is to figure out how we can set up. I don't know what the system is in place for setting up updates. So somebody purchases this app from me, right? They purchase a lifetime, it's a one-time lifetime payment. It's gonna be like $49 or something like that, discount in the beginning. When they buy this, I have to figure out how I can send updates to the app as it goes. I also have to figure out how I get the, it has like a signing certificate so that the app is actually signed and it doesn't pop up saying like a warning, like this is not a safe app. So those are our two goals for today, is to figure out how to get the updates sent out when somebody buys the app, and then figure out how to get it signed. And we already started working on the landing page. It's getclippo.com. We use the new Claude design tool to come up with a nice little design for it. And we have Clippo the Hippo. We have our waitlist available right here. And we got a beautiful little website showing you the breakdown of a one-time payment versus subscribing to these other products for the year. Because it was going to cost me $1,100 to run Opus Clip. And now I'm just going to do it all local. All right, so we got a beautiful landing page. We got a kick-ass app that works. We need to get the updating in place. We need to get the signing in place. And I also want to add some information, either a video from myself that will record going over all the views and added subscribers that I'm getting since I enabled Clippo on my live streams. Or I think a video will be best of me just pulling open my dashboard and showing this is what happened since I set up Clippo. You know, and it's not like I wasn't trying before I set up Clippo. Over here, I was still shipping YouTube videos, shipping shorts and all that. But you can't beat an automated system that does it for you every 2 hours. You just cannot beat that. And it's using Anthropic to create the clips, to come up with really good hooks, captions at the top. Let me show you. You see these captions? These are auto-generated by AI. These hooks at the top. Captions. It's using 11 Labs to make music. It's researching high retention music. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So we have that. After we get Clippo in place, we're going to move on to our next project, which is going to sort of be an internal tool also, which is, and I don't have it totally hashed out yet. I don't even have a name for it yet. And I wish I could come up with something good like Clippo, but it's going to help me to take news. So when Claude Design Tool comes out, when Hermes comes out, when OpenClaw comes out, it's going to help me take the news. An AI agent is going to research the shit out of it on YouTube, everywhere. Okay. It's going to help me create packaging. So thumbnail and title. It's going to help me create infographics that I can use when I record the video. It's going to help me write an intro that I can read to start the video off. And it's going to help me come up with key points of the things I need to do to show the tool or the update or the news off when I'm making the video. That way there I can either have a day on live stream, or I can have a day where I'm not on live stream. I'm just firing up the camera myself. And I am banging out YouTube videos on the latest news that comes out, because the people that are interested in Opus 4.7's new releases, the Claude Design Tools, Hermes, all of that are my audience here. And I need to have short form YouTube videos getting pumped out. I need to have agents helping me pump out long form YouTube videos. I need to have tweets going out, and I need to have these live streams going. So we're just going to be absolutely cranking from just all angles to get an insane distribution system set up. And I want the top of our funnel to just be overflowing massive. All right. That's something like Mark Liu has, right? The top of his funnel is so fucking big. He could put out something that's like kind of a little bit crazy, you know, and the funnel is so big up there that even a low converting product is going to be thousands of dollars, you know, and that's what I want to do. Is I want to build that gigantic top of funnel where we are getting attention from everywhere. So we have Clippo. We're going to go into the long form YouTube tool. And then after that, we are going to absolutely attack newsletter. Right? Because if we're getting all this attention up top, we got to bring them one step down the funnel. And that's going to be an owned audience, right? Because we don't own the YouTube audience, the X audience, the TikTok audience, the Twitch audience. We don't own any of that audience. It could go away in a second. But a newsletter, when we bring them one step down the funnel into a newsletter, that's the audience we own. And we could show up in their email inbox whenever we want. So a little bit ranty this morning. Sorry, I know I said we were going to jump right into it, but I've had the whole weekend to think about what we're doing. And I'm fired up right now. I'm absolutely fired up. So my caffeine just got delivered. So I'm going to go get my caffeine at the door. And then we are going to jump right into our goals list. And we're going to start crossing the goals off one by one. And we're going to have a really good day today. Even though it's Monday and sometimes it gets a little crazy. We got 2 likes, so we got to do 2 pull-ups as well. I think I'm going to do 1 pull-up on the way to get my drink, and then I'm going to do 1 set of 5 on the way to get my drink, and then we'll get another set of 5 on the way back. I got to be careful because I don't know if you can see this, but I have a massive welt on my wrist from my pull-up bar. You see my pull-up bar right here? Like where my wrist is leaning against the pull-up bar just destroyed my wrist. So I think I'm going to try to do a wide grip pull-up, which is going to be way harder today, but we're going to see if we can get it done. So let me move this monitor out of the way and let's get our first set of 5 pull-ups done. Let's go, baby! There's 5, baby! Let's go! All right, my filming setup, I have an iPhone behind me, an old iPhone. It's got to be like an iPhone. I don't know what it is. It's an old iPhone. And then I have a Sony a6400 with a Sigma 16mm lens on it. And it's nice. I like it. All right, I gotta do one more set of 5 pull-ups. That first set was really hard. But the good news is we got our caffeine. We got our caffeine. Remember, quadruple the caffeine for day 4. Let's go! Those are gonna be hard. Those are gonna be wicked hard. Compared to see the close grip, you can bang those out. Those are easy because they're mainly biceps and shit. But when you get out here, that wide grip, and it starts tearing the lats and stuff, those are rough. Those are rough. All right, let's jump into it. Let's get Clippo going. Come on. Get some caffeine going. Get locked in. Oh, we got our goals board. I forgot the goals board. We already went over the goals, but we got our goals board today, baby. Clippo, we got to figure out how we get the updater in place. So after people buy the app, we can still update it. Clippo app signing. We have to get the app signed. 2-hour stream today, at least. Minimum. Minimum. Come on, guys. Wake up. Let's go. Let's get this out of the way for now. Let's open up a new tab. Let's open up a new window, actually. We'll CD out of here. What do you guys think about the new stream elements that I made? The little 1 like equals 5 pull-ups, and then the ARR counter. Kind of nice, right? Better than just text, I guess. Right? All right, so CD. By the way, this will change your life. This will change your life, okay? Let me just show you one thing that will change your life. Is you just put a create folder in the middle of your desktop. Okay? And then from there, you have all your shit branch off from that. Apps, YouTube, X, desktop element, stream element. And then you're so dialed. You're so dialed in, okay? Documents file, no, that sucks. Okay? You have one file right in your desktop, create. So anyways, I'm going to CD into Clippo. Apps. And then we're going to hit Claw. Oops, Claude. Which is going to pull up Claude Code 4.7 with dangerously skip permissions enabled. And let's just ask it. Let's straight up ask it. How do we go about putting a system in place so that after somebody purchases our app, we can still send them updates? Now, do you think that it can one-shot that? Do you think that it can one-shot an app updater? Because I think that it can. I really do. I also think we got to change this music because this music is crazy. It's too much. Here we go. Here we go. All right. For a Mac app like Get Clippo, you really want 2 separate channels. They solve different problems. Auto updates, the binary, use Sparkle. the de facto framework for Mac updates. You host a signed appcast.xml feed somewhere. S3, Cloudflare, your own domain. And the app checks it on launch. Users get a new version is available and click to install. Requires your app to be code signed and notarized. So that's like our two, we're going to bang out our two items at once, is getting the app signed and the updater in place. And I knew that was going to be the case. And you generate an EDDSA key to sign releases. Since Clippo is Python packaged, Sparkle can still wrap the .app bundle. Just point the feed at the new zip builds. Makes sense. Makes sense, and I like it. Announcements, marketing, onboarding. The person. Capture email at purchase and push it into an ESP like Resend, Loops, or MailChimp. Use that for release notes, tips. Yes, of course, of course, of course. Main trade-off. Sparkle is the higher leverage one. Yes, I would like to set up Sparkle. Also, how do we... get our app code signed and notarized? I'm feeling kind of cracked today, and I almost want to get a second Claude Code instance running and get a little bit crazy. It like depends on the day how many Claude Code instances you can run at once. Like if you're well rested, a ton of caffeine, very focused, you can get away with 3-ish Claude Code instances. Yes, it's time. Release the free API keys. It's time, baby. All right, good. You're already set up hardened runtime entitlement and a proper bundle ID. So you're structurally ready. Here's the end-to-end plan. Code signing plus notarization. Do this first. One-time setup. Enroll in the Apple. I'm already in there. Two gotchas for this project specifically. Let's go. Open call says, what do you think about my little stream elements that I made this morning with the ARR counter and the likes? It's pretty cool, huh? Pretty fun. I also got one in here. Hold on. Boom. All right, so two gotchas for this project specifically. The deep flag resigns everything, but misses the embedded FFmpeg binary if it's in contents resources rather than content macOS frameworks. You'll likely need to sign FFmpeg explicitly before the outer bundle sign. Disable library validation in your entitlements is required. You have it because PyInstaller loads unsigned.so files at runtime. What the fuck? Dude, I'm a web developer. Order I'd suggest, get the Apple developer account plus cert set up. Get signing and notarization working on your current build. Then add Sparkle. It's meaningless without signed releases anyways. Okay, great. Okay, I already have a Apple developer account. I believe I'm signed into Xcode right now. Can you please start the process of getting the app signed and notarized? Signed and notarized. Only Apple would make it this difficult for you to produce an application for their operating system. I mean, it's got to be the most Apple behavior of all time. All right, good. Let me start by inspecting what signing identities are available on your system in the current state of the built app. Hit the first blocker. Need to flag this before we go further. Okay. All right, so this weekend we got Hermes set up, which is really fun. And I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it a lot. And I basically organized all of my projects and my servers with it. So Hermes now has a file, and it has access to my GitHub. It has access to all my servers. It knows which projects are on which server. And I probably have like 6 or 7 servers at this point and 15 projects. So, yeah, I use both of them too. So it's amazing because if something goes wrong, or if I want to update something, or if I just want to send out a new project, shit. It has, hold on, I'm going to change the battery. I need to get one of those batteries because I burned through batteries. Oh my God. I literally just broke the battery prong off in the fucking in the camera. Like, these third-party batteries are so bad, and the way it interfaces into the camera itself right here, like the little battery prong, the charger, if you press it in like too hard, it just breaks right off. This is like the 3rd time it's happened. So we have to, we gotta get creative here. Hold on. I'm gonna go like this. Maybe. Can I use multiple continue? Oh my God. I might have just cooked us today. God, that's so annoying. I don't know. We might have to do a faceless stream today, which is going to suck until that battery gets charged up. God, that's annoying. Hold on. I'm going to take my widescreen camera angle. And we're going to use this as the main one. And I'm going to try to create a little thing right here. Yo, Horsong F, what's good? Dude, I'm having technical difficulties right now, bro. Fuck. I'm just going to have to leave it like this for now. We're going to do a faceless stream today. What a fucking Monday move right there. All right. Let's just lock back in. We can't be stopped. I'm going to get a new battery order. We'll have it tomorrow. And we're just going to keep going. Try to see that money maker of yours. Let's go. That thing. All right, so we need to get Clippo signed. It says what you need to do, 2 to 3 minutes in Xcode. Xcode settings, accounts, select your Apple ID in the left sidebar. On the right, click manage certificates. All right, let's get Xcode fired up. Oh, you're kidding me. Guys, we're getting fucking derailed every step of the way. Not an Xcode update every time you open Xcode. 8 gigabytes. These motherfuckers. Wait, maybe I can not do the iOS one right now. Let me see if I can get away with not doing the iOS one right now. Just doing the Mac OS one. And then see if that's enough for us to get our app signed. I don't know. We'll see. We also got to bang out. We got to bang out another set of pull-ups. So while Xcode is doing its shit. Oh, it's already loaded. Okay. Let's bang out a set of pull-ups and then let's get the app signed. All right, there's 15 on the day, baby. 15 pull-ups on the day. So, says click manage Xcode settings accounts. Oh, I'm feeling like I'm going to be giving something away I shouldn't right now. All right, I'm not even logged in yet. This is a new Mac. We got ourselves a new MacBook. Let me move this over here so I don't dox too much. We're going to sign in. And really, it's crazy that you have to do all this to get your app signed through Apple. Like, you should be able to just put a desktop app out. Like, I understand the whole process for iOS apps. But I mean, this is a desktop app. Let's get real. All right, click the add button in the bottom left. Select your Apple ID in the left sidebar, which there's not. All right, I'm going to screenshot this and we're going to send it to Claude Code and see if it can tell me where we need to go. I'm here, question mark. My mom just texted me. And said, do not do quadruple the caffeine for day 4. Just so everybody knows. Mom, don't worry. We're professionals. Kidding. All right, yes, right place, but you don't have a developer ID application cert yet. The ones listed in Apple Development, Mac Installer are all for App Store distribution, which isn't what you want. Click the little arrow next to the plus button in the bottom left. Okay. A menu up here, pick developer ID application. Done. Side note, all your existing certs say not in keychain, meaning they exist on Apple servers but aren't downloaded on this Mac. That's why security find identity came up empty. When you create the new developer ID application cert via this dialog, all auto install into your login keychain. Go ahead and create it, then let me know, or just rerun. All right, I created it. I just created it. Come on. All right, so back to what I was saying before I got so rudely interrupted by my fucking camera battery breaking in the camera. I was saying that I got Hermes set up this weekend, and it's incredible. It's a great OpenClaw alternative. It doesn't have a heartbeat, so it might not be as expensive to run as OpenClaw. And we're going to automate a ton of our life with Hermes. Like a ridiculous amount. Good. PyInstaller is in 2 bundled executables besides the... The thing that I want to try, though, and possibly make a YouTube video about is Hermes put out a subscription. Hermes put out a subscription with, let's see if I can find it. They put out a subscription with pre-bundled like tools, APIs, a million things. And it seems like the bang for your buck with it is crazy. So like normally with OpenClaw, when you set up OpenClaw, you have to go and give it like an API key for, let's say, like Nano Banana so it could generate photos, or an API key for like Brave so that it can actually search the web and find shit. But like what they're doing is they're pre-packaging that all into one subscription, which is kind of nice. Like, I kind of like the idea of that. Let me go to X and see if I can find their post on it. And I just like the vibe of the, I just like the vibe of it. Oh, it's called the Tool Gateway. So they say the Tool Gateway is now live in News Portal. News. No one knows how to say that, but it's like News. A paid news subscription now includes 300 plus models and a growing set of third-party tools. Web scraping, browser automation, image generation, cloud terminal backend, and text-to-speech. So, and when did this come out? This came out the 16th. This came out 4 days ago. I think this could be a fire little YouTube video that we make. And we can test out the tool that I was talking about in the beginning of the stream. Because I want to make a tool that's going to basically lay a roadmap for easily creating YouTube long form. Because we're building Clippo right now to dominate short form. We need to create an agentic tool to dominate long form at the same time. So it'll prompt for your login keychain password to store it, then print this process stores, then I'll run the pipeline. All right, script written to blank, hard code to your citing identity, your turn. One command to store credentials. Okay, Apple ID, the email in your developer account, app specific password, the one you generate at appleid.apple.com, sign in security. App specific passwords. It's not your regular Apple password. Looks like. Jesus Christ. It'll prompt for your login keychain password to store it. Then print this process stores your credentials securely in the keychain. Then I'll run the pipeline. Once that's done, say the word and I'll kick off build.release. It will rebuild via PyInstaller, sign all the nested files plus Python framework plus main binary. It says, heads up, running the notary submission is the first step that reaches an external system, Apple servers. If notarization fails, it's not destructive, just annoying. We'd fix the issue and resubmit, but you should know the script does make that outbound call before I run it. Dude, I have no idea where to get. Let me bring this over here so I don't leak some passwords. And I'm going to say, I have no idea where to get the app specific password or app specific passwords. Where is this coming from? And this is why this is why people aren't making Mac apps and they just make websites. Fair questions. It's not at developer.apple.com, which is confusing. App specific passwords are an Apple ID feature, not a developer account feature. Apple requires them because Notary tool can't do two-factor auth prompts, so you generate a one-off password that bypasses two-factor authentication for just that tool. Wow. All right, so it wants me to log into like an Apple developer site right now, which is different from like the App Store Connect. And it wants me to grab these app passwords. All right, I can bring this over here because it doesn't have any real passwords in it. sign in with your Apple ID. Click sign in security. Scroll down, you'll see app-specific passwords. This is so crazy. Click generate an app-specific password. Okay, I'm doing that and I'm calling it Clippo. I got the app-specific password, guys. I actually got it. Luckily, my head is covering this monitor perfectly right here. Otherwise, it would just be all leaked. You can always delete it and make a new one. If you lose it, then run this. All right, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to make a new window for my terminal. Bring it over here. We're going to paste that in. We're going to change it out to my Apple ID. At first, I thought my goals for the stream today were going to be like too easy, you know? But when it comes to like signing a Mac OS app or passing some sort of notary approval, you can just never underestimate how long it's going to take with Apple. Okay, I did that and ran the command, what's next? Come on. I'm moving this so it doesn't dox me. Hold on. I don't think it would. I don't think they would. It's pretty good about not bringing up app passwords and API keys inside Claude Code, which is the case. All right, it says credentials work, kicking off the full release pipeline now. This will take roughly 5 to 15 minutes running in the background so you can see progress as it streams. Oh my God. All right, it is working away. It is signing this. What we need to do right now is we need to do another set of pull-ups. So we're going to bang that out. This is going to be 20 real pull-ups on the day. Let's go. Not bad. Not bad. The good news is the pull-ups are getting easier as we go, as we're getting warmed up a little bit. So this is asking me to log in. Code sign. Like there's some sort of code sign program that's asking me to log in. And every time I log in, it gives me a problem. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. All right. We're basically an hour in. We're 20 pull-ups down. We're almost done with our first goal of the day, getting the app signed. This says running in the background, but I just don't know if I believe it. I'm going to run the /BTW command, and then I'm going to ask it, is this shell still working? And we're going to see if it's actually doing anything or not, because I just don't believe it. It says, yes, the release pipeline is still running in the background. It was kicked off as a task and hasn't set a completion notification yet, which means it's still in progress. Most likely in the Pi installer build phase or the Apple Notary submission. These are the two long-running steps. You'll see a notification in the chat when it finishes or fails. Nothing to do on your end right now. All right. So I don't think that we can like work on the app while it's trying to sign the app at the same time. So I'm almost thinking that we get started on the next step of our app empire here. And we start working on the YouTube long form tool, because I want to be able to use it this week to create our first long form. So let's make a new tab. And then I'm going to go CD, make directory. Oh, I'm going to go into my apps, CD apps. And then we're going to make directory. I'm just going to call it YT longform for now, because I don't have a good name for it. We have to come up with a banger name for it. And I'm going to open Claude. And so I guess first we start off by like sort of breaking down the steps of creating a banger long form YouTube video. And then we ask Claude how we can automate as much as possible, right? So I'm going to say banger YouTube video steps. And we'll go for automation. And so one starts with the idea, which for us is going to be either tech news or guides. And we're going to create examples within all of these. So we'll say for tech news, like Opus 4.7 release. For guides, we'll say like Hermes complete beginner guide. Okay. From there, we need to create packaging. What is my job? You're looking at my job right now. So we ship apps like I've shipped Talk Macros, I've shipped Quick Claw, I've shipped hardware, Desk Hub, Click It, and we sell stuff online. We get views, we convert views into our products, and we make money. Right now, we're trying to ship a tool called Clippo, which is a tool that automatically takes your live streams or YouTube videos and breaks them up into short form for YouTube or TikTok and automatically schedules and posts them every 2 hours. So we've been using the tool ourselves in order to take the live streams we're doing and make them more productive after the stream ends, right? Because the live stream only is effective while we're actually live streaming. But if we can break it up into 100 10-second clips and get hundreds of thousands of views, then that's bringing people to our personal brand. It's bringing exposure to our products, and ultimately will convert into recurring revenue. All right. So back to our YouTube automation tool for long form. Come up with our idea, tech news or guides. Tech news is like Opus 4.7 release. Guides is like Hermes Agent Complete Beginner Guide. We can find these. These can be found on competitor YouTube channels. Hacker News, X, yeah, I guess that's where it's going to be found for now. And then for packaging, we need to create a thumbnail plus title combo that makes people want to click. Create either curiosity or high value. And then we need to, so ideation, packaging, intro / hook. And Alex Hermosi has a great breakdown of how to create the intro / hook. I'm going to see if this is still running. Is this still... Oh, done. Fully signed and notarized. Final verification output. What you have now. Signed and notarized, ready to distribute. Same thing, zip for upload. Reusable every future release is just build, release. I'm totally solo, brother. I'm totally by myself. So our goal here right now we're at $29,000 in annual recurring revenue. Our goal is to get to $250,000 in annual recurring revenue. And we are going to do that completely solo by building apps and by building agentic tools and workflows that handle distribution, customer service, fulfillment, everything. And we're going to live stream the entire process of going from $29,000 to $250,000 in annual recurring revenue. But right now we're in this phase where we have these iOS apps that are generating revenue. Our main revenue driver is Quick Claw, which is based on OpenClaw, and OpenClaw hype is going down, down, down. So we're in a rush right now to get some tools out that are going to bring money in. Because we don't like going down. We only want to go up. What are you working on? Are you a, do you vibe code yourself? All right, suggested next move, sanity test it. Drag get Clippo.app to applications and open it. Should launch with no gatekeeper prompt. If you want to test it with a new user sees, run x attrw first to simulate a download. Bump the version before the next release. Sparkle compares these to decide whether an update is available. Move on to Sparkle whenever you're ready. All right, I guess let's try and see if we can. The only thing is, if I drag Clippo.app into my applications, will it mess with my current installed Clippo app? Because I don't want Clippo to, I can't have it stop. I need it to keep working for me. That's one of the hardest part about being a developer that makes a tool that you use yourself, is you're constantly fucking with your own shit. Short answer, it'll replace the existing one. They have the same name and bundle ID, but your data and settings are safe. Those live outside the app bundle. Nice. All right, simulate the download and then double click it. Let's do it. All right, new tab. Okay, that did not work. I'm going to screenshot this. Send it in there. So right now we are simulating downloading the now notarized app. And we are going to see if it just opens the app up instead of popping up like and saying unidentified developer warning, because we don't want that to happen. Something mangled the paste, likely a line wrap or a smart quote issue, but honestly you can skip the quarantine simulation entirely. We already have proof it's notarized. All right, let's just launch it, it says. I'm going to find where the app lives. Backsplash, desktop, create apps. And then we're going to try to open it up and we're going to see. We're going to see if it opens. All right, let's send it. Let's see if it opens. There we go. All right. So we got the app notarized, which means we need to pull this up. We got to cross this off. And we did this in reverse order, but that's fine. All right, so Clippo app signing. The app is now signed. Awesome. So, and it's right. It did save all my files. We got a short to get scheduled. We have a scheduled short to go out here. $7,200 in 7 days from iOS apps. So we got to keep moving. let's set up Sparkle so that we can update the app. And so basically we're setting up Sparkle right now, and Sparkle is just going to let us send out updates so that when somebody buys the app, when somebody has the app local, they're going to be able to receive updates. I can send out updates and they can get a little notification that says, there's a new version available. And it'll update. And like it was saying, we're going to have this update path, but then also we need to grab people's email address, and we can email our customer base and say, we shipped this new feature, you guys should check it out. And then they'll open the app and update. All right, before I start building, one decision blocks everything. I love how Opus 4.7 premises stuff like that. It's like one decision. Sparkle needs a URL for its appcast feed and zip files. Options: GitHub releases, recommended to start free, zero infra. You get HTTPS and a CDN for free. Appcast URL would go like, or host the application on GitHub pages. Your own domain served via S3, Cloudflare. All right, let's start with GitHub releases. What comes next once you decide? Download Sparkle framework. Generate the key pair. Yes, go with GitHub releases. So it seems like, which, I don't know, seems perfect. It'll host the files on GitHub, and as I update the GitHub repo, we can have it tied in with Sparkle so that it notifies our users that they have an update available. All right, so back to what we were doing, which is figuring out our long form tool. All right, so we find our idea via tech news or a guide on something like Hermes Agent or OpenClaw or Claude Code Tool. And we find these from competitor YouTube channels, Hacker News, or on X, which really we need to figure out. We need to figure out how to scrape X. Because if we can get our agent dialed into X so that it can find, which if we release it into a product, we're probably not going to be able to do that. All right, we'll leave that for now. Packaging, we have to automate creating a thumbnail and title combo. And I'm going to write next to it like 10 options with A/B testing. That makes me want to click, create either curiosity or high value. So it gets the idea. It figures out the packaging once it has the idea. So like, all right, it wants to do, we'll do a Hermes agent guide. Then it will say like, the ultimate beginner's guide to Hermes agent. And then in the thumbnail, it'll generate like, it'll take my face and generate like a shocked or like, oh my God face. And have like a picture of the Hermes agent logo, and maybe have a little like on-screen blurb that says like, start here, don't try Hermes without this guide, or something like that, you know? And we'll create 10 options of both thumbnail and title combos. And if we could even have the tool so that it can use the native YouTube A/B testing, that would be phenomenal. And down the road, I was thinking for our Clippo tool and for this long form tool, it would be nice if we created a loop, like a self-learning loop, where it's able to check the analytics so it can see if a video or a short performs badly and put that into a folder of like bad performing. And it can also see if like a YouTube short or a YouTube video is outperforming your average views and put that into like high performing and start to kind of learn like what's garbage and what's really good. And I mean, as these LLMs get better, having these tools built is just going to be the ultimate cheat code of all time. Okay, like by the time we have Opus 5 or whatever out and we have these tools built in place that can learn what your audience wants to see and help you generate content for them, like it's going to be massive. All right, all the wiring is done. 3 things you need to do: back up the EDDSA private key. Do this now. If you lose this key, you can never ship another update that Sparkle will accept. Every user is stuck on their current version. Export and stash it somewhere safe. Okay. Then move that file to 1Password. Encrypted drive wherever. My dad was just texting me about what 1Password was today. So Opus 4.7 must be suggesting 1Password to people. Which that's another thing we need to figure out, is we need to figure out how we can get our tools as a suggested tool for Opus to suggest to people, because that's just infinite marketing glitch. You'll need a GitHub repo to host the appcast and release zips. 2 files, reference. Can you please create a private GitHub repo for this app right now? All right, so this is going to create a private GitHub repo for us. It's saying that we need to back up our private key. Hold on, one thing worth flagging before I create anything: Sparkle can't fetch updates from a private repo. The appcast URL needs to be publicly reachable, no auth, and GitHub releases assets on a private repo require a token to download. So a private repo won't work as the feed URL host. Oh, badass. Thank you. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Tell me names or go with your suggestions. The zips themselves aren't secret. Anyone who buys the app gets a binary anyways. Only the source needs protection. Yes, create both repos, and let's change, if possible, the naming from the Clipper Claw to Clippo. So it seems like we're gonna create like a GitHub repo that's private that has the source code inside of it, and then a GitHub repo that's public that's going to have like the distribution, the code that gets distributed, the build inside of it. And then we're probably going to have to, like with Stripe checkout, create a key that somebody enters in after they downloaded the file. or downloaded the app, sorry. And then they'll enter the key in to prove that they paid for it, and we'll be good to go. Two things I want to flag. .env in your project root almost certainly has API keys. Won't be pushed thanks to git ignore, but double check. Also check YouTube tokens.json isn't already referenced in any committable file. If I git ignore it, anyone cloning the repo has to re-download Sparkle before building. Alternative, commit it, bloats repo by 60 megabytes, but makes builds reproducible. Your call. Yeah, I think we should include Sparkle and then make sure that my YouTube tokens are in git ignore also. All right, so what we have to do is we have to do another set of pull-ups. And we also let's just get another set of pull-ups in, and then hopefully this Sparkle update will be done, and then we can test out if Sparkle works, and then we'll have our two goals for the stream done so far, and we can keep going from there on our YouTube long form tool. Pretty cool. All right, this give me 25 pull-ups. 25. That's 25, baby. So, let's see where this is at with Sparkle. Appcast is live. We gotta figure out how to test this. Oh, and also what I want to do is for this progress bar that we have, I want to add our projects to it as well. Oh, the e-ink dashboard video was a banger. I love that. That was for Chatbase. All right, I'm going to say, can you please add getclippo.com to one of the rotations? So I have the ARR, I have the 5 pull-ups, and then I have getclippo.com. I probably should add something like current project or something like that. All right, remaining for our working update system. Test build via build release burns 5 to 15 minutes, but confirms Sparkle embeds plus signs plus notarize cleanly with the new pipeline. Strongly recommended before you mark a real version 0.1. Ship 0.1. Tag a GitHub release. Upload. Want me to run the test build now? It's the last thing that confirm everything actually works end to end. I can run in the background. Yes, please run a test build now. By the way, guys, how about my GitHub, my button here? I click the button, it activates, I click the button, the LEDs turn on it, right? And then it activates whisper, and then I'm doing voice to text. So click here, and now I'm doing voice to text. Everything I'm saying is getting converted to text. I'll click here again, and then boom. Not bad. I made this button myself, the PCB and everything. All right. So back to our build summary here. Intro / hook. Alex Hermosi has a fantastic breakdown of how to write the hook, but it's basically like proof. I guess start by confirm title, provide proof of credentials, meaning like if somebody joins, if somebody sees a video that's like, the video is like, do this now for agentic, or do this. If the video is like how to make $5,000 with your first iOS app, then the intro in the hook of the video needs to immediately confirm the title. So you need to say, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make your first $5,000 from iOS apps. And then after that, you need to provide proof of credentials. So I would say the iPhone app I made last month generated $7,200 in monthly recurring revenue in 7 days. I'm going to give you my exact system from start to finish, from a empty file to getting your first user in the App Store. You know, so let me write that down. Confirm title. I'm just gonna repeat what I just said. I'm gonna say if the title is complete guide your first $5,000 with iOS apps, then I would start the video saying, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make $5,000 with your first iPhone app. To provide proof of credentials, I would say last month, I was able to generate $7,200 in monthly recurring revenue from a new iPhone app. In this video, I'm going to show you how to go from an empty file to getting your first user. All right. So just to clarify what I'm actually doing here is before I automate, I'm just trying to write down the entire process of basically going from nothing to creating a really good YouTube video. And then we're going to feed this into Opus 4.7, and we're going to ask it how we can automate every single step of the way. And then we're going to start using it ourselves to create YouTube videos. We're going to refine the areas that suck until we have a extremely powerful tool that makes it as easy as possible for us to pump out 1 to 2 high performing YouTube videos every week that is building that top of funnel for us. And for those that don't know, just in case you don't know this, which you should, if you don't know, YouTube, hold on one second. I'm about to drop the sauce. Okay. And this didn't come from me. This came from people a lot smarter than me. So it goes in order of conversion / trust. When you do marketing, right now on the internet, live streaming is number one. This is the highest trust building, highest conversion activity you can do, is live streaming in front of an audience. Okay? The second most is long form YouTube. Long form YouTube is the second most highest converting form of marketing right now on the internet. Short form. So this is long form YouTube. Short form, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. Last is something like a tweet. Okay. So I've been mainly working like the lowest conversion tier. And then I started working with this right here, short form. And this is only going to benefit from virality. There's no compounding of this. You're not going to really build a strong audience that cares about you and what you're doing. Here, this is very difficult to do, but compounds, and your conversion rate on long form YouTube is one of the highest forms of internet marketing that there is, just behind live streaming, which live streaming is the absolute GOAT. When people build fan bases for live streaming, the conversion rate is insane. And that's why people like Roobet are spending millions of dollars on having them live stream gambling, because they know that that's going to convert to more people buying their products. And so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. All right. Pipeline works end to end. Build plus sparkle embed plus sign is clean. Notary accepted. Staple worked. Gatekeeper, okay. Want me to run these two, or would you rather do the final release click yourself? Upload the zip as a GitHub release. Paste the entry into appcast.xml and push. Verify the update path works. Edit, build, Clippo spec to bump. Rebuild, install manually from the release, then launch. Yes, run step 1 and 2 right now. All right, so after we have the intro and hook, we have to create, what is this, step 4? Step 4. We have to create info, graphics, /graphics, /slides with bullet points when needed to help explain and that's pretty like self-explaining, you know? So like when we're creating a YouTube video, we're not just gonna sit there and just talk the whole way through. We have to be able to create, you know, cool infographics and just regular graphics that pop up on the screen while we're talking to help visually explain our point while we are explaining our point, you know, with what we're saying. And then the very last step, actually there's 2 more steps. Step number 5 is going to be create action items of demonstrations we should record. And this will be like if we're doing a video on Opus 4.7. If we're doing a video on Opus 4.7, then we should show a live benchmark of the previous model, Opus 4.6, building an app and Opus 4.7 building an app and compare the outcomes. Okay, I need to put another action item in here. If we're doing a video on Hermes agent, then the action items can be showing how to install it, setting up your first agentic workflow, creating skills, any recent updates that add capabilities to the agent. All right, and then the last bullet point is going to be conclusion / call to action. All right, so I think this is a good breakdown of how we make a banger. Let's explain this. In the conclusion, we will very quickly go from the main meat of the video to saying, if you like this video, I think that you will also like this video on XYZ, and have a card pop up that redirects the user to the next video of ours. All right, beautiful. So like call to action, that's just like at the end of the video. Favorite AI model that is free for vibe coding? So it depends on how much hardware you have at home. What do you have to run the local model on? Do you have any hardware that you can run the local model on? Because if you could run Gemma 4 right now, if you have enough RAM to run Gemma 4, what is it? Gemma 4 26B. Then I would recommend you running Gemma 4 26B. And that's the one that I played around with the most. Oh no. Oh no. So I think that since you only have 8 gigabytes of RAM, it's going to be very difficult for you to run a local model. So I think that you're best off running NVIDIA free AI model. And you're just going to have to deal with the fact that it's going to take a while for you to get responses from the... So they offer all these free models, okay? Free endpoint, GLM 4.7. This is a free model. And that's fine. That's fine. You got to start somewhere, right? So start with GLM 4.7, the free endpoint with NVIDIA. And then you're just going to have to accept the fact that it takes a little while for you to get a response. Or you can go to OpenRouter. Did you try GLM 4.7? Yeah, just try it out. It's kind of crazy that they offer it for free, you know? Wait, Minimax? I mean, you could try Minimax too. Wait, does NVIDIA offer Qwen 3.5? You can try Qwen 3.5. Oh no, it's downloadable. Let me see what it says for free endpoints only. We'll filter that. Nematron, I don't know about that. GLM 4.7, DeepSeek 3.2. Kimmy K2. You're just going to have to start messing with these and seeing which one you're getting the best output from. And start ripping. And then eventually, you know, you're going to ship a product, and I would take all the money that you make from that product and invest it into a $20 a month Codex plan. And then that Codex plan is going to go so far for you. Don't buy an Anthropic plan. Like, I would not buy Claude Code right now, because you're going to need at minimum the $200 plan. You know, so whatever, use your free models, ship an iPhone app, make your $20 a month so that you can afford the Codex and immediately get the Codex plan. And it seems like this week they're going to be putting out Spud or GPT-5, and it's going to be insane. And I'm sure they'll offer it in the $20 plan with like 10x usage or something ridiculous. All right. Brew Sparkle actually triggers an update flow. Install this version binary somewhere. Drag distro Clippo app into the applications. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Get away from anti-gravity as fast as possible. Don't roll with that anymore. Get on Codex in the CLI, and then and learn that, or even download the Codex Super app. But the output on Google's models right now is just, it's not worth it. You're better off doing one of those free models on NVIDIA than trying to mess around with Google's models right now for vibe coding. The output is just garbage. It's not only garbage, but it doesn't do what you ask of it. So you're making it much harder. It's already hard enough to vibe code and make money on the internet, but you make it much more difficult by trying to do it with Gemini. All right, install version, rerun, build. If that dialog appears, the entry pipeline framework, wiring, ESA signing. Bring this to my desktop so I can just click on something and see if it works. All right, there's Get Clippo. Double click to launch. Come on. App boots normally. No unidentified warning. If you want to also test the Sparkle initialize, not just the app runs, the quickest way is to trigger a manual update check. Sparkle doesn't add a menu item automatically. You have to either wait for the scheduled daily check or call check for updates programmatically. Since version 0.1 is the only version in the appcast right now, it'll find nothing newer and silently succeed either way. The real Sparkle test is the one I described. Bump to... All right, do it. Yeah, do that right now. It's going to bump the version. It's going to bump the version in Sparkle of Clippo. And so that way there, when I open the app, it should ask me to update. It should see that in GitHub releases, the app is ahead of the current version. I need to close this. I need to quit this so that when I reopen it, it'll be like, you got to update. Build running in background 5 to 15 minutes. What? All right, I'm going to grab a protein shake. I'll be right back. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. Vanilla protein shakes pretty much make me sick to my stomach. But this is what I got delivered is vanilla instead of strawberry. This is called Shamrock Farms Rockin' Protein Shake, and it's lactose free. This is not organic, but we're gonna try it, and I'm gonna give you guys a out of 10 rating right now. While we wait for our sparkle to be built. Also, they couldn't have come up with a the worst name for an updater than Sparkle. God, that's terrible. All right, we're gonna shake this. I'm not gonna lie, this is a sketchy shake. It was $2. 30 grams of protein, 190 calories, only 3.5 grams of fat and 12 grams of carbs. Let's try it. It's surprisingly good. It tastes like melted ice cream. Okay, so let's keep going. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, we're gonna copy this. We're going to paste our workflow. I'm gonna say, this is like the current workflow I have for creating long form YouTube videos. I want to make an app that will pretty much automatically either find or take a general topic like Opus 4.7 being released or Claude design tool being released and have all of this stuff knocked out for me. So the actual process of creating the video becomes extremely easy for me to record and post. No! Hold on. Why are they always doing me like this? It wants me to do this fucking prompt first. What's up? What's up? How you doing? I was at higher. I was at higher than 29 a couple days ago. I was at higher than 29 a couple days ago. The problem is my main driver of revenue right now is an app that automates OpenClaw setup. It's an iPhone app that basically sets up a virtual private server and an instance of OpenClaw. No API keys, no nothing needed. It just dumps you right into a chat with your own OpenClaw agent. And the thing is if you look up OpenClaw demand, like if you look up in Google search trends or whatever, where OpenClaw's demand is, it is, it's like a straight line down, which is hurting our product big time right now. But, we keep going. So we're working on some other stuff right now, and we are going to get that revenue number going back up. All right. Watch your day 3 VOD and love what you're doing. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. I had I broke my battery for my camera today. So I only have my background camera, but normally I would have like a face camera so you could see me talk to you and all that shit. But yeah, it broke. Crazy annoying. Crazy annoying. But yeah, we're at 29,000 in annual recurring revenue right now. We have to get to 250. We are building tools to expand the top of funnel right now. So we have our Get Clippo app that's turning live streams into short form YouTube, and it's generating an insane amount of views. Over the last 2 days, we got 72 new subscribers from the Clippo short form and the live stream, obviously, but mainly from the short form clipping tool that we made. After that, we're making our long form tool so that we can post at least 1 to 2 YouTube long forms. We're going to build the full suite of top of funnel tools. Till we are getting hundreds of thousands of views on everything we do every week, every day. Because in a world where anyone can almost build anything with AI, what matters most now is attention. And so we have to build tools for distribution and attention. And if we can make it agentic as possible so that we don't have to trade our time to do things like create short form content, then that's amazing. Double click get Gitpo. All right, let's see if it, we're going to see if it, if the updater works right now. We should have Sparkle set up. So when I open Get Clippo right here, it should ask me to update. Okay, I opened it. It did not ask. It did not ask at all. All right, let's quit it. Let's try to reopen it one more time. Huh. All right, 4.7 let us down there. I opened the app. It did not ask me to update. All right, so let's go back here. we're going to pull open our YouTube workflow for long form. I'm going to say, I need to create an app that helps me automate the process of going from a general topic like OpenClaw, complete guide, or I have to kill that. Hold on. It says Sparkle's embedded correctly. Let me run the app directly from the terminal so we can see output. I didn't mean to interrupt you there. Run it again and see the output. Yo, I'm back. I used the NVIDIA Minimax 2.7 model, but when I asked it to make an HTML flight simulator, it literally just made it say loading and cool time. An HTML flight simulator might be a big ask for one prompt for Minimax, unfortunately. Like, you're probably going to have to guide it a lot further. Like, all right, step one, let's get Three.js started, installed here. All right, how do I add in a plane? How do we set up keybinds so that the plane goes up when I press W, goes down when I press S, you know? Like, those models that are not state of the art, you're going to have to break it down way further and guide it a little bit more. All right, so the Sparkles Dilib is loaded, so the framework bound successfully. Let me check. I asked to make a prompt. Oh, like you tried to ask it to prompt itself? That's rough. It might not. It's probably not. Like, coding Three.js is probably not going to be something that those non-state-of-the-art models is going to, like, excel at. You know, because that's hard for even Opus to do. Like I could see building an app or building just like a general web page or something like that with the non-state-of-the-art models, but trying to build a full flight simulator with Three.js is something that Opus 4.7 would struggle with, you know? So Minimax 2.7 on free NVIDIA is going to be kind of rough. So then ask it. Say, hey, why are you not using the Three.js? Go back and forth with it. Send screenshots if you can. All right, it wants me to open get Clippo again. Oh, a new version of Clippo is available. Would you like to download it? Install update. Oh! Wait, no! No! I got this, and it also popped up like a notification toast in the top right-hand corner from Mac OS that said Clippo was prevented from modifying files. But on the bright side, it did ask me to update and start downloading the update. It's kind of weird, but I feel like I have to tell Opus when it gets a win, you know, like I have to be like, good job. but I think that's a secret to getting better code output. All right. So we're going to go get Clippo, or we're going to go Clippo. Install update. Come on, baby, do it for us. Extract the update. Install and relaunch. Is it going to relaunch for real? No. Oh, thank you for subbing, bro. It means the world. Thank you so much. Okay, so the update went through all the way, but it did not relaunch, and now I cannot open the app, it seems like. All right, so when I quit the app and reopened, that worked. And it is on the newest version. So the update did work, as you know, but it stayed running. I had to like basically quit it, and then I had to reopen it. It would be nice if it updated and then it could reopen itself without failing. I have linked to photo of it, but how do I send? Oh, I mean send a screenshot to Minimax. What are you using to vibe code? Like, what harness are you using on top of it? Like, are you using Claude Code and then just swapping in Minimax? I mean, how are you interacting with Minimax M2.7? Like, you have to be talking to it somehow. Are you coding like how I am with the terminal in Claude Code and then swapping Claude out for Minimax? Like, you know, you can go like, oh, okay. So if you download Claude Code, you can do Claude and then, what is the command? It's Claude. You're gonna have, yeah. Okay, that's your problem. Yeah. All right, you need a harness that's actually going to utilize M2.7 better. Like, you're gonna have to find a YouTube video or something like that. And because you can run Claude Code and see like how Claude Code right now is using Opus 4.7, you can actually change the model out for like whatever model you want to run inside of Claude Code. That way there it's using the harness Claude Code. It knows how to write code to your local files but it's using the right LLM. Unfortunately, I can't teach you that right now because I don't know how to do it. I don't remember, but I would Google that. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you could do it on Windows. You could definitely do it on Windows. You just need to find the right terminal. You're going to have to look up, you're going to have to watch a video how to install Claude Code on Windows, and then you're going to need to watch a video on how to change the LLM in Claude Code to Minimax. Yeah, Mac is way better for development. But you can still do it. Yeah, that's a real issue with Pi installer apps with Sparkle. Here's what happened. Sparkle downloaded, verified, asked the old version 0.1 process to quit. Swap happened, but the old Python process didn't fully exit. Pi web view plus unicorn in background thread can be sticky about shutdown on Mac OS. Sparkle's auto update helper timed out waiting for the old process to die, never triggered auto relaunch. You had a running but zombie 0.1 process with a 0.11 binary and disk. The fix 1 delegate method 10 lines. Oh my God. Yes, let's do all of this so that we can test the fix and make sure that it actually updates, closes the app, and reopens. It's saying that in order to get the auto updater to work, we have to put out a new version with the fix in it. And then in order to test that fix works, we have to put out another new version. So we're going to update to the one that has the fix in it. And then we're going to update to just a whatever new version with no changes in it to make sure that the fix actually works. So it's kind of like a multi-step test there. All right. We got to get the YouTube long form rolling. To say, okay, I'm trying to create a tool to automate the process of going from a idea or topic or news like Opus 4.7 being released to having a long form YouTube 80% finished, giving me the ability to record, edit, and post. Here is my workflow for creating YouTube video. We need to figure out how we can automate 99% of it. Let's talk about what direction we want to head with this before we actually build. I also want to turn this into a product. All right. Version 0.1, 0.2, building a background. I'll pick back up when it finishes. Man, I can't believe that it takes that long to do that. All right, let's check in on X and see what's going on. All right, this is sick. This girl has a giant e-ink display live in her house. E-ink display linked with OpenClaw and Hermes to manage everything, which is just beyond so sick. Is that the Vision Tech Place and Play 32? Place and Play 32, a ready-to-use 32-inch large format digital signage display. Wow. That is beyond sick. I love that. Oh, I wanted to check to see if Claude has anything going on right now. Because they're releasing things at fucking light speed. All right, Claude for Word is now available on Pro and Max plans to use alongside Opus 4.7. Nothing that crazy. All right. Let's see where this is at. Hey, is this done yet? This says, good problem. The workflow splits cleanly and stuff like an LLM can crush ideation. God, this is so annoying. Personal tool or product first. Personal lets you hard code your voice, hook, CTAs, and channel style. That's your moat. Product means every user needs a style calibration step. Let's start with personal first, and then we can morph it into product after we have success with it ourselves. Where does the pipeline start? Topic in, you type Opus 4.7 release, trivial, ship this first, idea, discovery, Damon watching, huge value, but a separate product service. Yeah, let's start with topic in. So we give the topic. Where does it end? Asset pack, teleprompter script, 10 thumbnail title combos, slide deck, shot list, B-roll prompts. You record and edit in your existing tool, ships in a week. Editor ready timeline, same, but export a Descript, DaVinci Premiere project with slides, pre-placed and gaps for your takes. 3 to 5 times the work. My recommendation, personal tool, topic in, asset pack, output. I definitely want the 10 thumbnail and title combos. I want a teleprompter script just for the intro. I want it to produce a couple of slides to help with the intro or any explainer section in the beginning. I don't want a shot list or B-roll prompts, but I do want a list of action items for the video. So it gives me some direction based on research, the things I need to cover in the video. All right, not yet. The V0.1.2 build is still running in the background as task. Based on prior builds, the pipeline stays roughly 5 to 15 minutes total. You'll get a completion notification in the chat as soon as it finishes. Man, these builds take forever for the Sparkle app update situation. All right, locking scope. Let me save this so we keep a shared picture, then surface the last few forks before I draft a plan. We also need to get a dummy battery for A6400. All right, so I'm ordering one of these. So that when I live stream, it replaces the battery. Because right now I have two batteries that I'm interchanging, and I broke the battery today, but I'm replacing it with this. And this is like a dummy battery that goes to a power supply. So you have basically no battery, which is perfect for live streaming because this camera right here doesn't go anywhere anyways. So it doesn't really even need a battery. It needs a power supply. And that comes in tomorrow too, which is perfect. All right, so this says locking scope. Let me save this so we keep a shared picture, then surface the last few forks before I draft a plan. Project empty is empty, clean slate, scope saved. 4 forks I need you to call before I draft the build plan. Research depth for action items. Action items must be grounded or they'll be generic slop. Options, light. 3 to 5 web searches, summarize, extract things to cover, fast, cheap. Deep. Web search plus fetch official docs plus scrape top 3 competitor YouTube videos on the topic to see what the audience actually asks. Slower, better action items. Recommend this definitely. Competitor scraping is where the gold is. Yes. All right. Thumbnail deliverables. Rendering 10 images costs money and locks you into a model style. Options, concept only. 10 title and thumbnail descriptions, text layout, face expressions, color palette, background, key visual. You then run the 2 to 3 best through your own image workflow. Rendered, actually generate 10 PNGs via an image model. Hybrid, 10 concepts, auto render the top 3, the model rates highest, keeps cost bounded, gives you something tangible to react to. Okay. Slide output format, PNG per slide, compositing into your video editor, simplest, matches your workflow. Editable deck, Keynote, Google Slides, Reveal, lets you tweak wording, recommended PNG, plus the source markdown HTML alongside. So you get both without building export pipeline. Interface, CLI, writes a dated folder with everything, fastest to build, easiest to iterate. Local web user interface, nice for reviewing 10 thumbnail concepts side by side and picking favorites. Okay, yes, I like all the recommendations it has. So it's going to make a command line interface. So we're just going to open it like you would open Claude Code and paste in Opus 4.7 release. And it's going to go through this. It's going to go research the competitors. It's going to make the thumbnails. It's going to make the slides. Okay, beautiful. I love your recommendations. I want there to be a teleprompter friendly intro that go along with the slides. And then after that, I want suggestions for what I should record myself doing in the actual meat of the video that is high value, depending on the topic. And this should come from our deep research. I can't believe this is still building. Background command build v.1.2 with relaunch fix completed. Oh, maybe that was completed, but because I was in the stupid by the way section, it didn't complete. For real? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna see if the I'm gonna see if that battery's done charging. Right back. You like GPT-5.4? Yeah, I love GPT-5.4. I think that if you're not going to use Opus 4.7, then you should use GPT-5.4. I think that this week they're going to release 5.5 or like Spud, whatever they're calling it, and it's going to be insane. I think it'll be as good or better than 4.7, Opus 4.7. If you're doing anything agentic like OpenClaw or Hermes agent, then I think that 5.4 is absolute garbage, and it can't run OpenClaw and it can't run Hermes. We're back. Let me see if I can get this. See if I can get this dialed in. It says 0.1, 0.3 is building. I'll pick back up when it finishes, then cut the release and update the appcast so you can test. Okay. Is that build finished? This says 2 things I need from you to start building your YouTube channel URL. I'll pull your last 10 to 12 video titles plus intro transcripts to use as few shot examples so output matches your voice. TypeScript/bun okay, or do you prefer Python? I don't care about that. My last YouTube videos are not really, I mean, they are, some of them are the direction that I would like to head with it, but they're not all exactly the right direction. So can I give like links to competitor videos that I enjoy and want to be built with moving forward? Not yet. Build, signing, and zipping are all done. It's now in the slowest step, waiting on Apple's notary service. Usually 2 to 10 minutes from here, and I'll pick back up automatically. All right. Yes, and honestly, that's better. Your back catalog would anchor the tool to the style you're leaving. Competitor videos as aspirational reference is the right move. Here's how I'd use them. Titles, thumbnails, intro scripts. All right, great. 2 questions. Pure competitor reference or blend? My recommendation, use competitors for packaging plus intro style, but still pull your intros for voice cadence so it doesn't write like someone else talking. How many references? 5 to 10 videos is a sweet spot. Fewer than 5 and the model overfits to one creator. More than 10 and signals muddy. Pick videos where you thought, damn, I wish I made that. Drop the links, competitor plus ideally 2 to 3 video. All right, great. So I'm gonna grab videos, and then I'm going to make a document with the videos, and that'll be good. All right, so we'll go here. I'm gonna start pulling YouTube videos. I'm gonna say open claw plus all right. I love this video right here. I think it's so good. This video was crazy fun. Riley Brown, he linked OpenClaw to Blender, and it was just an awesome video. So we're going to add this to our document. I'm going to say fun video OpenClaw plus Blender. Riley Brown is awesome. Love the intro, thumbnail, and title. And idea. Paste the link there with that. So we're just creating like an inspiration bank for it to help us. What was the other? Oh yeah, this right here. Full course style video. This is our every week gold mine alongside news style video. Oops. Also perfect packaging. Okay. And then I gotta find this other guy who does great video. We're basically like making our bank. Oh, this guy right here. And this guy does incredible titles. Absolutely incredible titles. Claude Code just changed Notebook LM forever. Claude Code 2.0 is here. Automate anything. Claude Code design just became unstoppable. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Okay. This guy has unreal titles and packaging. General video structure is incredible also. Jack Roberts. And we got to go to Alex Finn. This info bank is right now we're focusing on vibe coding tools that are going to create our top of funnel. Because if we don't have attention, then we have nothing. So we already created Clippo, right? And that's being coded right now. Clippo is being coded right now. Which Clippo is our tool that will be released as a product also. That is basically taking my live streams and chopping them up into clips, generating tens of thousands of views and hundreds of subscribers for me on autopilot. So AI generates all of these short form clips for us. I'll open Clippo so you can see it. Right now we are working on Clippo so that it can auto update itself. All right, I'm gonna hit install update, but you paste in the link to your YouTube video or your live stream. So I'm gonna do like a 3-hour live stream today. It's gonna chop this up into 1 million short form clips, automatically create a hook at the top, captions at the bottom, add music to it. And it does this all with AI, and it's automatically gonna schedule them to my YouTube. Yeah, the inspo bank is different. That's gonna be for, so this is my short form tool. And then the inspo bank is going to be for my long form tool, which will be separate from Clippo, which will basically, I'm going to be able to feed it a topic like news or complete guide. So like news would be like Opus 4.7 just released. So I'll feed it Opus 4.7 released. It's going to do an incredible amount of deep research. It has the inspo bank. So it's going to turn that deep research into thumbnail and title, a video breakdown, an intro that is scripted, and actual slides that will show on the screen with the intro. And it'll give me like 3 or 4 ideas of things that I need to record myself doing and explaining inside the video. So it's basically automating like 80 to 90% of the video creation process for long form. So I can just give it the idea of the video that I want to make, whether that's news or like a general, like a complete guide, like the OpenClaw complete guide. And it will output me everything I need to make the video as easy as possible and make it so that I can post 1 to 2 long form, 20 to 30 minute videos a week that are absolute bangers. So I have the long form and I have the short form and I have the live streams, building my audience on autopilot basically at all times, because I'm a solo dev. And if I'm going to get to $250,000 in recurring revenue, I need to have a fat top of funnel. And that's what we're going to build. And we're making tools so that we can use agentic AI to help us 24/7. Right, if the window reopens on its own, the fix works and every future release will auto update cleanly for yourself. Yes, 100% will be available. So Clippo already has a waitlist available. If you want to join that, that would be amazing. Hold on. Getclippo.com has a waitlist. So this will break up your long form and your live streams into clips. And this is already working on my account right now and generating tens of thousands of views. And so my long form tool, I'll also have this available as a product as well. Thank you, Diffuse. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the problem is that did not reopen. I have done 25 pull-ups today. Hi, babe. I'm hoping that's you upstairs. I have, I just accepted that it's you and not somebody breaking into the house. Oh, so it did reopen. Let's make sure that this is the right version about Get Clippo. It did. All right, so it updated itself and it reopened, which means we need to cross that off our list. All right, so Clippo updating and Clippo is signing is done. And how long have we been streaming for? We streamed for 2.5 hours. Beautiful. Okay. I'm being robbed. Excellent. Excellent news. Excellent raid. All right. So, man, we did great with that. We need to finish building our reference bank. Clippo is in a fantastic spot for right now. On next stream, we will work on getting like the beta live so people can download that and start playing with that and get user feedback on it. Maybe we even do a little product hunt release. Where is my file with... All right. So we have Riley Brown's video. We have other Riley Brown video. We have Jack Roberts video. We need to grab a video from Alex Finn. I love Alex Finn's long form YouTube style because it feels like something that I could do. You did not like the stream. There's 5 likes and I've done 25 pull-ups. There was 5 likes before you got here, unless somebody unliked it and then you liked it. I'm new here. Is the goal making money through info products or the apps or both? The goal here is making money through apps. So right now we have the majority of our money is coming from our Quick Claw app. Okay, which is an iPhone app that lets people set up OpenClaw right away. But we are going to, you're pressing the heart button? What is the heart button? There's a like button on the bottom of the stream. Look at, look at, look at, look at. You see this like button right here? That's the like button. I like this. Like. Babe, what are you doing? Okay, OpenClaw app is a majority of my current recurring revenue. Talk Macros is another iPhone app that's a little bit of the revenue. That's a app that helps you get shredded. You can voice log your meals. And then I have another app, Feel Better Fast, which is a little bit of the revenue as well. It's probably like $1,000 or something like that of the revenue, which is a workout app. So, babe. All right, I'm going to do a set of pull-ups in 1 second. So right now we are building a full suite of tools that will help any vibe coder build their top of funnel. Because the main problem for vibe coders right now is they can build all of these products, but they cannot get customers. Okay, if we're being honest. Like last month, I shipped the iPhone app Quick Claw. We did over $10,000 in revenue within the first month. Okay, so I know how to launch a product. I know how to get attention on the product. We need to build tools to help ourselves and to help other people to get customers. So we're going to build a full suite of products that help people to make content, do marketing, newsletters, everything, so that when they build these awesome tools, they can actually get customers for their tools. And the way we're going to get customers is by getting more attention on the things that we are building, which can be summarized as the top of funnel. So first we started with Clippo. We're going to move on to our long form tool, and we're going to have a whole suite of amazing products that we're going to use ourselves and show that they work live on stream. Let's do some pull-ups. Dude, thank you so much for subscribing. That seriously means the world. I will not let you down. We're going straight to 250,000 in recurring revenue. And we're getting there with consistency. We are getting there with consistency. Shipping every day. We're shipping code. We're shipping exercises ourselves. We're keeping our mind, body healthy. We're shipping marketing. That's our 3 pillars. Products with buy buttons, marketing, and we're automating marketing as much as possible. And we're keeping ourselves healthy mentally, physically, and we're having a lot of caffeine. All right, so that's 30 pull-ups on the day. And real pull-ups today, not chin-ups. All right, so let's go back to Alex Finn. The creator of Claude Code just revealed 7 secrets. Claude Code for desktop is the best way to build apps with AI. this right here. This is amazing packaging. The video is incredible. Alex Finn. This is amazing packaging. Title plus thumbnail. The video content is also incredible. Okay. Probably should get another video. We're going to get it from the Bridge Mind guy. Hold on. His videos, his YouTube, his live streams are unreal. They're amazing. I like his thumbnails. I'm not sure that I love like his titles. I'm gonna go with this one here. I love the thumbnail. Title is okay. Love the video content from Bridge Mind. Paste. All right, so let's give this bank of videos to our app that we're making. I'm going to paste in. I like these videos and love the content creators. We should not pull from their short form or live videos. We can use these as inspiration. Thumbnail, content direction, packaging, titles, intros, content. All right, so this is going to start learning from these creators and their videos that we like and helping us to figure out the angles that we're going to take with the title, thumbnail, and content. So ideally, when a subject comes out, like when OpenAI comes out with Spud this week, we're going to be able to drop it into the CLI, and it's going to output us direction for the packaging, title and thumbnail, what we need to cover inside the video, teleprompter intro, and we can start cranking long form. All right, 2 last calls before I scaffold. Your channel URL for voice only optional. Okay, I'm going to give it my channel. Here is my channel. You should probably stick to my highest performing videos. Boom. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. All right, let's go. Oh, by the way, did this finish? All right, added rotation is now ARR 1 like equals 5 pull-ups, getclippo.com. ARR, 15 seconds each. The URL uses the same gradient style. Refresh the panel. Okay, so I'm gonna refresh this. And our little thing in the corner here should be showing getclippo.com now. Also, we'll have to wait and see. All right, everything's locked. Here's what's decided. Inputs per run. Topic plus format equals news/course. Style, sources, packaging, structure, 5 competitor seed videos, voice plus cadence, your top 5 to 10 videos by views. Outputs, brief.md, 10 title, thumbnail concepts, top 3 rendered, intro teleprompter script. Stack button plus typescript. One last thing before I scaffold. API keys, you'll need 3. Anthropic API key, YouTube data API v3 key, FAL.ai API key for Flux thumbnail rendering, or tell me for OpenAI Gemini replicate. What is the best tool for the thumbnail rendering? And also, should I give you like a PNG of my face? All right, updating my earlier recommendation. Best tool for YouTube thumbnails specifically is Gemini 2.5 Flash Image. All right, text and image is excellent. YouTube thumbnails live or die on bold, readable text. Flux and others still botch this. Runner up, ideogram 3 via replicate. Okay, I would like to use Nano Banana Pro. It just came out recently. I will give API key. All right, so our main goal here is going to be getting API key to our tool without leaking it on chat. I mean, not on live stream. Once you've got the face PNGs plus 3 keys, say go and I'll scaffold. With the YouTube data API key, it's going to be able to get transcripts and thumbnails and video titles, correct? Good catch, not quite. Here's what each actually covers. YouTube Data API v3 gives you title, description, tags, view counts, upload dates. For transcripts, we use YouTube DLP, free, no API key, no auth. It pulls auto-generated captions cleanly. Fallback if a video has captions disabled. Download the first 60 seconds. All right, so there's a tool that Riley Brown talked about recently for getting YouTube info that I'm going to look up right now. We're going to find. He talked about it in one of his agent videos. How I'm coding in 2026. I think it's Super Data. Let's look up Super Data. All right, Super Data is a YouTube transcript API. Get 100 free requests. Beautiful. So we're going to make an account here and give this to our program so that it can pull YouTube transcripts. Which I wonder if it's just using... Maybe we should just try with the YouTube DLP first. That way there we don't have another paid tool with a key. Yeah, we're going to do that. All right, fuck it. Full dependency list, Anthropic API key, Gemini API key, YouTube Data API v3 key, YouTube DLP, and Faces PNG. Okay, great. Will I be able to get the comment section from videos so that when doing competitor research, we can look at the comments, look for the most liked comments, see if there's any requests for more information so that we can cover those in our videos? Because I'd like for, like, let's say we want to make a video on Opus 4.7 being released. It goes out, looks at the competitor video, and then the top comment is like, okay, but what about XYZ? Then we can take that, the information that the people watching the video want to see, and make sure we include that into our video. Yes, this is exactly the gaps competitor miss signal I mentioned in the brief step. Nice. Three commenters on video with 200 plus likes asked how this works with X. Cover X as a dedicated section. Beautiful. All right, so let's get a okay, make a .env file and I'll populate the keys. We have to go back in the Google Cloud Console, which is just hell on earth. All right, done. .dnv, env. Okay, so I'm going to take this to a separate screen. I'm going to grab my API keys and put them into, I'm going to go sudo nano.env and start putting my keys in that it needs to start making the tool actually work. So we'll start with our Anthropic key. And we'll make one just for this tool so that we can track spending and make sure it's not crazy. And this will be great because once we get this tool in place, we can even live stream the process of going from like a topic to YouTube video, like 90% done by this tool, to actually recording the YouTube video. We can do that live on stream to then posting it and seeing the results that we get. I'm going to say YouTube long form. We need a good name for this. Like Clippo is such a good name. We need a killer name for our long form tool. All right, so Anthropic key is in. We need to get our Google key for Nano Banana Pro so that we can generate thumbnails with it. Which the thumbnail thing is going to be like the most difficult part of the whole process. And we have to have that dialed in. Like the title and thumbnail is going to be our main focus on this whole thing. Because if people don't click on the video, then no point in even making it. YouTube long form. We're generating the key from Google right now. Create key. Putting it into our API key section. And now we need to go to the Google Cloud Console. Which is just the worst. And I'm going to see if I can reuse the key that I have from Clippo, because I think that I can for that. All right, I'm going to come back over here. Can you grab my YouTube keys from the Clippo project? The project is named Clipper Claw. It's inside desktop, create apps, Clipper Claw, I believe. Inside the .env file. Don't put the keys here in chat. We'll see if that actually works and doesn't put the keys here. I didn't check to see if my getclippo.com works. Nice. All right, get it. Got it. Let me find the Clipper Claw project first. Not there. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, never mind. Walk me through how I get the YouTube data API key. Thank you. Thank you. Is it Ashish? Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? What are you working on? Right now, we're trying to get the... we have Clippo almost completed, and it's working on our own stuff. We're going to keep testing it before we launch it. And we're also building a long form tool right now. so that we can automate making some long form videos the most as possible. Obviously, we'll still have to record the videos, but it's going to help us doing the research, doing thumbnails and titles. Okay, cloud. All right, I'm going to open Google Cloud. I got to get the key for Google Cloud so that it can do competitor research on videos and help me make a banger video based on what I like. New project, YouTube long form. Create. Top bar, project drop down, either pick an existing project or click new project. We're going to enable the API. All right, we've enabled the API. Then we're going to go to credentials and create an API key. Yes. Yes. We were just talking about earlier how, yes, also AI can't live stream right now, which is amazing. And then we were talking about the layers of conversion based on the platform and how like live streaming is first as far as like highest converting. YouTube long form, shorts like TikTok and YouTube shorts, and then X like tweets is the lowest, and that's the order of trust. So we have to attack all of them. Right now we're live streaming, so we're obviously doing that. Oh, nice, dude. That's amazing. That's amazing. How are you going to market it? What are you going to do? Are you going to do some slideshows on TikTok? You going to do some shorts? Right. Credentials. We have to make an API key. Click Edit API key on the new key under API restrictions. Select Restrict Key. Pick YouTube Data API v3 only. Save. This limits the blast radius if the key leaks. It already knows that I've been leaking keys. All right, and then hit create. Awesome. What tool is it? Is it local? Is it on the web? All right, so I've generated the YouTube API key, pasted it in there. Control exit, yes. File name to write .env. Yes. Okay. Make sure that worked. That's it. Okay, great. I'm going to go 1,000 ARR in 4 days on their UGC app or on like marketing an app with their UGC creator. I wonder what it's using on the back end. If it's using like Arc ads or I'm sure it's using like CDance 2.0. All right. So say go once. All right. You should have all the keys you need. Verifying everything's in place, then scaffolding. I won't echo key values. Awesome. So it's going to research and create all this stuff. We almost need an agent like this. This would probably be a good tool for like the Hermes agent that we have set up. One that's just looking at X and monitoring for any sort of AI related news at all times. But we have to just figure out the best way to go about getting it access to X, because that's where all this stuff comes out first. I'm gonna message my agent right now. I'm gonna say I would like to create a reoccurring job that finds AI news on X, but we need to figure out what the best way of integrating into X will be. I know there are tons of workarounds for this, and OpenClaw had a great one when it first launched that they got rid of. And we also need to figure out the best way of searching through X and following the right accounts to track things as they happen live. All right, let's see what the Hermes agent says. And this is building the YouTube automation tool right now. All right, Lucas says 55 pull-ups per stream is absurd, LOL. 31K to 250K on a stream is a dope format, though. 55 pull-ups is a lot. Aish says, saw Max Blade hosting a vibe coding live session saying he does this until he buys his family home, i.e. he reaches annual recurring revenue of 250K. Utter madness or marketing or whatever. These kind of dreams each one of us have inside, and they won't come to fruition unless we start acting. Absolutely love this. Nothing happens unless you make it happen. What the heck? Absolutely love this. Nothing happens unless you make it happen. I don't know. X must be down right now or something. It's not letting me post it. All right, let's see what our agent says about the X research. All right, our agent is called Spring. It found the skill already, I think. Let's go. Our YouTube tool is working. It says issue 1 short slip through because we don't want to pull shorts into our long form research. And then issue 2 transcript dedupe. Voice to text auto captions emit rolling windows. So you get, I built the world's best sounding budget. I built the world's best sounding budget. Each phrase duplicated. My current dedupe is per line, needs to be overlap aware. So maybe we should use that API. I don't know, we'll see. All right, good one to think through before building. Here's the honest landscape of 2026 that I'd recommend. The x-axis problem, there's no free and stable path anymore. These real tiers, there's 3 real tiers of trade-off: official X API, third-party scraper. Jeez. Browser automation with a logged in burner account. I think we'll probably have to set that up off stream. We'll figure it out though. All right. This says 10 user top videos extracted. Five competitor videos with your notes preserved and roles tagged. All 15 transcripts cleaned and deduped. All 15 thumbnails downloaded. Is a single source of truth. All downstream stages read from it. The style pack is at, if you want to eyeball, worth a skim to confirm the voice samples feel representative. Next up, research plus brief pipeline. Fan out does web search plus official source fetching plus YouTube topic search plus top 100 comments mining per competitor video. Yes, but can we heavily weight the style pack towards the 5 competitor videos given? All right. Yes, this is a prompt level design, not a data level one. Here's how I'll implement the weighting when we hit the output generation stage. Okay. Now I'm going to give it the Hermes new tool subscription as a topic to do the YouTube long form research on, the tool gateway. I guess it's not ready for that yet, though. It says build research and brief pipeline. Build output generation, wire CLI entry plus end-to-end tests on Opus 4.7 on the topic. All right, I guess let's keep rolling. We're going to pull up the YouTube studio and see what's going on with Clippo and see if it's posted. All right, so Clippo is posting. We're way up on watch time. Views took a dip yesterday and today because I didn't live stream over the weekend. And so it didn't have live stream to break up and post into clips. But we are absolutely farming views. Still. Beautiful. All right, added. Rotation is now ARR. Okay. Man, this research thing is taking forever. I think that it must be downloading like the competitors' videos and thumbnails and titles to get an idea of what we like. And I should have gave it... I probably should have gave it more than 5. Probably should have gave it like 10 references to help. But I'm thinking that this alone will be fantastic. All right, so I think I'm going to end stream there, and I'm going to let this finish running. And if this finishes today, then I will make my first YouTube video with it. And tomorrow on stream, we'll be able to go through what it outputted. And we'll be able to go through our launch plan for getting Clippo out in like a beta state. All right, peeps.